Mail order sharpening. The 3 P's of mail order sharpening. Number 1, how to promote it. Number 2, how to process the orders once they come in. Number 3, how to prepare them to ship them back out. And then at the end I have a 4th P, and I'll show you how we at Bonika Shears do our prepaid program. Stay tuned. If you like what we're putting together here on this channel, please subscribe, ring the little bell, and come back and see us. I try to post things at least twice a week. This is great education for those who are sharpeners now or those who plan to be, and I put out something about twice a week, sometimes 3 times. So keep up with my channel. How do you promote yourself? My suggestions are you can use your ongoing customers, whether you've got their phone numbers, you can text them. If you have their email addresses, you might even call them on the phone. If you have a crisis going on, like we do while I'm filming this with the coronavirus and people are staying at home, this is a good time for them to get their shears sharpened because they don't have to use them that day. And they may be very open to sending them to you. So you want to start first with your customers. Then if you want to expand that, social media is really good. Just post things all the time about your sharpening, something with a cute picture or some kind of humorous thing, and give the information about the sharpening, where to go to, how to send it. You can do that on your Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. Also, if you can join some groups of hairstylists, or at least have a friend, if you're not licensed and can't join those groups, if you have a friend who's licensed who can put the word out. That's the best and the cheapest way, because it's free, to promote your business of mail order sharpening. And I know a lot of sharpeners that have done really well with just that. Now if you want to do more, there's some publications that go out to people that are either groomers or stylists. You could run an ad there. You could get a list of salons and send out flyers. You can find some other creative ways to post it. Just, watch your budget, because you want to actually make more than you spend in promoting this, and go from there. If you don't have a website and you want to promote your mail order sharpening on Facebook, create a Facebook page. That's another video on how to do a page. I hope most of you have Facebook pages and are on Facebook. So we're going to go through how we're going to do mail order sharpening and set it up on Jay's Facebook page. What he'll do next, because he's still in the salons working, he can let them know in the future if they want to send them to him. That would be good, and these are the ways to do it. Then we can also, he can text message or email, or however he gets in touch with his customers if he's not going by there personally. So let's walk through, and I'm going to have Misty is working on Jay's site. We haven't done a whole lot with his Facebook page, but now's the time to really get those things out. And I hope you'll go and like his page and see how we do it. You can copy and paste his descriptions that we're going to put on there. Just make sure not his address and phone number, of course. So follow me as Misty sets this up for Jay's Facebook page.
So this is his cover page here. So I'm going to go to offers. I already have a picture saved, so I'm going to use this party mailbox picture. I had to come up here to like Yahoo, and I searched for party mailbox, but I had to make it the large for it to be able to, and then I just clicked this one over here just because it was the one I wanted. And then I saved image as, and then I put in what I wanted to save it as, but I already have it there, so I'm not going to save it again. And then when I went on here, I was able to pull up the picture. For that.
And it could be any picture, if you have a picture of yourself sharpening or whatever. There are some copyrights, so be careful of that, but there's a way you can select pictures that are royalty free or copyright free.
Okay. And then we're not doing a discount. What we're going to do is free shipping. But if you want to do a discount, you could, you've got the discount here, and you could subcheck, what percentage you wanted, or if you want to do a $1 off amount, or buy one get one free, whatever you're doing. But we're doing sharpening, so we're going to do free shipping. And then there's mail and sharpening. So you can see over here as it starts to go. So free shipping, melon sharpening. We're going to add a description. I'm going to put free shipping on melon sharpening.
We're probably going to go back and jazz that up some. We might not take the time now, but if you'll go to Jay's Facebook page, like it, make sure his picture's in the front so you're on the right page, and you can copy and paste off of that if you want to use the same wording that we're using. Right, Misty? Because we might go back in there and give them more specific directions on how to package their shears and so forth.
We want to...
And also blades too, right? Where they can send us blades. Now, Misty, are we going to send them a label to send it to us, or you want them just to ship it? How does Jay want to do it?
He will probably just have them ship it, and then we'll ship it back free.
Okay. And I'll show in my next little clip. I'll show them how we do it.
Back.
Yeah.
On melon sharpening. I'm just doing something kind of briefly. So anything I type in the description is coming up here at the top, so I can write more if I wanted to. Expiration date. It's just, this is for a month from today. And we're going to do it in store, so it has his address. And going to save, and then publish.
Now show them about the pinning.
Yep. So it's here, but I'm going to pin it to the top, so it'll always be at the top when people come on his site. So it'll be the first thing they see.
And if you wanted to promote it, that top picture of the tribal shear at the top, by the way, Jay helped design that shear. That's why it's on his Facebook page. But you could change something that says, you know, to promote the mail orders. But I definitely have your picture on there. So they know when they come to the site that who it is.
So that's how we do it. And then it would go out to anybody that's liked his page, or he can send it out as well. And you can hit the boost and it'll go to more
You have to
people.
pay for the boost post, but that might be a good thing to do. Is you can boost your post to people in your area or that likely know you, and
yeah, you can target different people or people in your area.
that's a paid thing. But where it is now, there's no charge.
Correct.
And if you have any questions or comments, please put something down below. We're going to be sharing a lot of things coming up the next few weeks on YouTube, so make sure that you subscribe and follow. When I get mail order sharpening in, the first thing I do is to basically triage it. This one has quite a few things in it. It comes from a wholesale distributor. And I'm going to look and see what I've got with the shears. I'm going to lay them out. These are all convex. I know the packages say made in Pakistan, but the shears, probably not. That's a convex. Convex. This is interesting shear. This one looks like our fishbone shear, but it's not. Oh, it's going to need some work on that screw, and that's not going to take the fishbone edge. Doesn't even have a name of it other than here. So before I do anything else, I'll try to work on that screw and see if I can fix the screw. If I can't get the screw and find the right part for it, there's no need sharpening this one. So that would be my first priority here. And let's see what's in here. So convex. These are like a, oh, that's a thinning shear. These are like a semi-convex, like a bevel. And another thinning shear. another convex edge shear. So the way I would do these, I would probably work on this screw, knock out these 2 thinning shears, and then do the other ones of Gloria's, so these would be done, and then work on these shears. I like to kind of have an idea and a game plan before I sharpen. It's also a good idea you can use your cell phone for this. Just take a picture of what comes in and the box and the notes, whatever they've sent you, and have it on your phone. So if there's ever any disagreement when they go back to your customer, you have a picture of exactly what you've got out of there and what came out of the box, and it just kind of gives you a little extra insurance, and it's not a problem just to store it somewhere on the cloud, and you'll have that for later. Since we give a 30-day satisfaction guarantee, it's good to know exactly what shears you've sharpened and which ones you haven't. And so this is helpful. Sometimes, stylists will get mixed up and they'll think they sent you one shear when it was really another one. So that's how I triage my mail order sharpening. And I make sure I've done an excellent job. If I don't know how they use them, I usually will do a 45-degree angle, oil them, make sure they're ready to go back. I never use the waxy chapstick type thing on the edge if these are mail order, because they get hot sometimes and get gooey. But putting a little oil down here is good. And then I'm going to take a ribbon, and I buy these ribbons when they're on sale, and so I have a bunch of spools of them. And it's kind of fun to have different color ribbons if you've got shears coming from the same salon, but they're different stylists. And I tie a little bow on it, sort of like that paper they put on the toilet seat at hotels to tell you that it's sanitized. I'll put it in one of these little bags. If you don't have these kind of bags, an envelope would work. You want to make sure these don't open up in shipping and that things don't hit at the end to mess up your shears or go through the box. So this is a cut piece of tubing like they use for oxygen. And I put that over the tip just to give it a little extra protection. I put this in my bag. So that's not going anywhere. I have a cute little note that I put in there, and I might write information on the back about the shear, like did a good job keeping them clean, or I had to remove a lot of nicks, or I don't know, whatever kind of little message. I gave you a new finger rest or what have you. You can put a little personal note there. You could also include a business card and a Band-Aid. Those are always cute. And then we always return these by priority mail. That gives us a tracking number, and it keeps everything. We haven't had any loss doing it that way. So you can roll this up, and we like to use a priority mailbox, something like this, so that it's less likely to crush. And so I'm going to put this in here, close it up, seal it, make sure you put the right person's name on it. And that's how we process our mail order sharpening. Now I promised you the way Bonika Shears does the prepay labels. We have a listing on our website for both shears, and we have one for clipper blades, and with multiple pricing levels, if they're sending a lot. So when we get an order in from that includes shipping both ways. The way we do that is that we email them a label. I'm going to have Misty show how she does that.
Okay. So we use the stamps.com. It's a downloaded program.
Is Stamps a free program, or how did they get that?
Well, no, I'm sorry, it's not. It's $17.99 a month, but you get discounted shipping, so it kind of evens itself out. So the shipping's a little bit cheaper than if you went directly to a post office.
So if someone's doing a lot of mail orders, definitely worthwhile to them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So right here's the return address. So I would put their address here.
Let me zoom in a little bit here. So where our address is normally there, the return, you put their address.
Mm-hmm. I put their address. And then this one, I've got it saved. I don't know why it didn't come up. So,
So-
this one, it would be our address coming back to us. I usually put the attention sharpening on it just so I know when the box comes in that this is definitely sharpening. We always use the flat rate box, which is a flat rate small box right here. So it's $7.65. And then we have a choice. I'm going to do it on plain paper. If you do the 4, it's too small. So I do the 2. Right there. And then a lot of times on the message, when it's an order, I'll put in, the order number and the last name. Just so it's on there. And you'll see it. It'll actually print on the label. You can see what you're printing right here. And I'll copy that. Because when I hit print postage, why are you doing that? I don't actually want to print it on paper. Like I have my different printers on here, but I'm actually choosing the Microsoft Print to PDF. So when I print that, remind me to delete this post-it, by the way. And then I'm going to save the file that I copied, the order number and the last name. Or if you don't have an order number, maybe the customer's last name. And I have them all saved under shipping labels. So I saved that. And then I can email the person. I go to my email, message. I have their email address, and then I'm going to attach. I'm attaching.
You're attaching.
So attaching, and then it's under here's my business file. Let me see all my files. Sharpening labels, and there's Miss Summer right there. So I'm going to open that, and it'll attach the label. And I can put in a message, here is your label for mailing in Sharpening.
And we actually have some standard wording to explain to them how to package it, because we get some packaged very poorly. Right, Misty?
Yes. And then I would just hit send, and it would go.
I wish we could tell them, don't make it smell like cigarettes or something, but we can't do that. Full disclosure. There's a lot of these promotional practices that I'm telling you about that we don't do because we are not trying to increase our mail order business. If someone calls from another state or another city and they want to send me their shears, I will help them find a sharpener that I know that does a good job in their area. We have a Find a Sharpener section on our website for those sharpeners that I know that they do a good job. For some of them there's a cost, some of them if they buy enough shears it's free. But it's an international lookup. I'll refer them to that at first, and then if they can't find a sharpener in their area or they just still want to send them to me, then they can send them to me. So I'm not the poster boy or the poster girl of the best mail order sharpening business, because that is something I have not gone after purposefully. I would rather you be their sharpener. I'd rather you go in the salons and get all the business rather than it coming to me. So I'm trying to support you. But that being said, I get a lot of mail order sharpening coming in. And believe it or not, probably the most are from beauty supply businesses that don't sharpen shears, and they gather them all up and send them to me. So that's another place you might want to contact, as if you know any beauty supply places, and have them, so they make some money and you make some money, and you could build your mail order sharpening up through them. So in conclusion, now's the time to start this mail order sharpening business. It's money you can make at home. Even when your business picks up during the day, you can still sharpen at night, get them out on a timely basis. Use this time wisely. Invest in your education, invest in your business, and do those things to keep a cash flow coming in.